Take a slow breath, not because you are overwhelmed, but because something inside you is finally relaxing. Allow your shoulders to soften. Allow your jaw to unclench. Allow the pressure you've been carrying to loosen its grip. You have been holding more than you admit, carrying thoughts that never fully rest, carrying questions that never fully answer themselves, carrying expectations that never fully feel satisfied. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still standing, still moving forward. This moment is not random. It did not arrive by accident. You were meant to hear this today, not next week, not after something changes, not once everything makes sense. Today, before the world begins asking things from you, before notifications start lighting up your screen, before conversations begin shaping your mood, before responsibilities start pulling at your energy, pause. Let this be yours, and understand something clearly. Everything is already working in your favor. Not someday, not eventually. Now, even the part that confused you, even the delay that frustrated you, even the silence that made you question yourself, especially that, because the moments that made you uncomfortable were not designed to break you. They were designed to shift you. You thought something was going wrong, but what if something was quietly rearranging? What if the delay was protection? What if the silence was preparation? What if the confusion was redirection? Sometimes alignment does not feel peaceful at first. Sometimes it feels like uncertainty. Sometimes it feels like waiting. Sometimes it feels like nothing is happening at all. But stillness does not mean absence. Silence does not mean stagnation. Uncertainty does not mean failure. There are movements happening that you cannot measure yet. Decisions being made, paths adjusting, energy recalibrating around you. Today is not neutral. Today is cooperating with you, even if it does not look dramatic, even if it does not arrive loudly. Some days are quiet builders. They strengthen foundations you cannot see. They organize details you are not aware of. They position you for moments that will make sense later. You are not drifting. You are being directed. You are not lost. You are being positioned. And positioning often feels invisible while it is happening. I am grateful for this new day, not because it is perfect, but because it is precise. Precise in its timing, precise in its lessons, precise in its unfolding. Nothing about your path has been random. Even the detours carried wisdom. Even the endings carried instruction. Even the disappointments carried clarity. You are not starting from nothing. You are starting from experience, from growth, from resilience, from lessons you earned quietly, and all of it is working for you. Everything is already adjusting gently around you, not in panic, not in chaos, but in quiet coordination, like pieces of a puzzle finding their place. You do not need to rush the picture. You do not need to force the pieces. They are settling. You can feel it. There is a subtle calm underneath your thoughts, a subtle knowing beneath your doubt, a subtle confidence rising inside you. That is alignment, and it has already begun. Today is not against you. Today is not testing you. Today is participating in your progress. Today is cooperating with you. And the more you soften, the more you allow, the more clearly you will see. This was never random. It has always been working in your favor. I may not see the full picture, but I can feel that something is shifting, and that feeling is enough. There is a quiet change happening inside me, not loud, not dramatic, not something I can explain to everyone, but real. For so long, I believed that if something wasn't visible, it wasn't happening. If progress didn't look obvious, it didn't exist. If results didn't arrive quickly, I must have been falling behind. But behind what? Behind who? Life is not a competition. It is a sequence. It is unfolding in layers, and I am exactly where I need to be for this stage. Nothing is missing. If it were meant to be here already, it would be. If that opportunity truly belonged to me at that time, it would not have slipped away. If that person was meant to stay forever, they would not have left. I released the idea that something went wrong. What if nothing went wrong? What if everything moved exactly as it needed to? I release the old habit of assuming something is broken when it is simply incomplete. Incomplete does not mean wrong. It means in progress. I release the fear that I am late. Late compared to what timeline? Everyone's path unfolds at a different rhythm. Some seeds bloom quickly. Some roots grow deeper before they rise. Depth takes time. Strength takes time. Alignment takes time. And I am not behind. I am building foundations I once tried to skip. I am learning patience I once resisted. I am gaining clarity I did not have before. Nothing is missing. What feels absent right now may simply be forming in a way I cannot see. The right connections may be aligning quietly. The right opportunities may be rearranging themselves. The right version of me may still be strengthening. And I trust that. Even the things that didn't work were not wasted. They shaped my awareness. They refined my standards. They sharpened my discernment. Even the people who left did not leave empty-handed. They left me wiser, more aware, more selective about what I allow into my space. Even the silence was not empty. It strengthened my independence. It deepened my resilience. It forced me to rely on myself in ways I had avoided before. Nothing is missing. If something feels distant, it may simply be aligning at the right pace. If something feels delayed, it may be arriving in a stronger form than I expected. I no longer measure my life by what I can immediately see. I measure it by how I feel inside. And inside, something feels steadier. Something feels calmer. Something feels more grounded. That is progress, even if no one else notices it. Even if it doesn't look impressive from the outside. Growth does not always announce itself. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it stabilizes quietly. Sometimes it removes what no longer fits before adding what does. Nothing is missing. There is no peace forgotten. No opportunity accidentally skipped. No blessing permanently lost. If it is meant for me, it will find its way. If it is not meant for me, it was protection. I am not chasing completeness anymore. I understand something now. I was never incomplete. I was evolving, and everything that once felt lacking was simply part of becoming. I trust this stage. I trust this pause. I trust this pace. Nothing is missing. Everything is arriving in its precise order, and I am exactly where I need to be. I breathe in calm certainty. I breathe out doubt I have carried for too long. There is movement happening, even if I cannot measure it yet. For a long time, I believed that if I could not see progress, there was no progress. If nothing obvious changed, then nothing was improving. But not all movement is visible. Some of the most powerful shifts happen quietly. Roots grow before branches appear. Foundations strengthen before walls rise. Energy rearranges before results arrive. I am supported in ways I cannot always calculate. There are conversations forming somewhere. Decisions being made that will intersect with my path. Ideas organizing themselves in my mind. Doors adjusting quietly in the background. Just because I cannot see it does not mean it is not happening. I release the need for constant proof. Proof often arrives after alignment has already begun. I do not chase what belongs to me. I become the person ready for it. And what belongs to me recognizes that readiness, the opportunities I once begged for, may have been too early for the version of me I was. But now, I am changing. Stronger, calmer, clearer, and the right opportunities are moving toward this version. Growth is quiet. Preparation is quiet. Realignment is quiet. Noise is often distraction. Stillness is often strategy. There are days that look ordinary, but are secretly transformative. Days when nothing dramatic happens, yet something inside you shifts permanently. Today may be one of those days. Even now, while I am breathing slowly, something is aligning. Even now, while I am sitting in stillness, something is recalibrating. Paths are adjusting. Energy is reorganizing. Timing is synchronizing. What once felt stuck was simply stabilizing. What once felt slow was simply precise. What once felt uncertain was simply unfolding. I do not rush alignment anymore. I understand that rushing often interrupts clarity. I allow the natural sequence to complete itself. The right timing protects me. The right delay strengthens me. The right pause clarifies me. Unseen movement is still movement. Just because I cannot hear it does not mean it is silent. Just because I cannot see it does not mean it is stagnant. Something is moving in my favor, even if it moves slowly, even if it moves subtly, even if it moves in ways I do not fully understand yet. I trust that life is coordinating beyond my awareness, that people I have not met yet are part of future chapters, that opportunities I cannot imagine yet are forming in spaces I have never been. I am not isolated from progress. I am connected to it. The more I relax, the more I allow alignment to complete itself. I no longer interpret silence as absence. I no longer interpret delay as denial. I no longer interpret stillness as failure. I understand something now. The most powerful growth often happens quietly, and right now, in ways I cannot yet fully explain, everything is gently moving in my favor. Something has changed inside me. Not loudly, not dramatically, but deeply. The version of me that panicked at pauses is no longer leading my life. The version of me that assumed the worst at the first sign of delay is quieter now. I do not react the same way anymore. I do not spiral as quickly. I do not attach meaning to every silence. That alone is growth. I am steady now, not because life stopped being uncertain, but because I stopped needing certainty from everything. I trust small shifts. I trust small improvements, because I understand something powerful. Big changes are made of small adjustments. Confidence is built in quiet decisions. Strength is built in unnoticed moments. Even now, as I sit here breathing, I can feel it. A steadiness I did not have before. A calm I once searched for. A grounded presence that feels new. I am not the same person I was last year. Not the same as last month. Not even the same as last week. There are habits I have outgrown. Reactions I have softened. Thoughts I no longer entertain. That is movement. That is alignment. That is proof. I used to believe progress had to look dramatic. Now I see that the most powerful progress is invisible to others. It is the moment you choose peace, instead of proving a point. The moment you stay calm, instead of defending yourself. The moment you let go, instead of forcing something to work. That is strength, and I carry more of it now. I welcome good news, not desperately, but calmly. I welcome helpful connections, not because I feel incomplete, but because I am ready. I welcome clarity, not because I am lost, but because I am evolving. I welcome unexpected ease, because life does not have to be difficult to be meaningful. Doors are not closed. They are waiting for the version of me that no longer chases them. Solutions are not absent. They are forming in response to the person I am becoming. Strength is not missing. It is rising quietly every time I choose patience, every time I choose restraint, every time I choose trust. The old version of me feared stillness. This version understands it. The old version of me demanded proof. This version feels alignment. The old version of me rushed. This version allows. I am not fragile anymore. I am adaptable. I am not desperate anymore. I am grounded. I am not anxious about what is coming. I am prepared for it, because whatever arrives will meet a stronger version of me, and that is not accidental. That is growth. I am shifting from urgency to certainty, from fear to calm, from reaction to awareness. That shift changes everything, not overnight, but permanently. The real alignment is not just outside me, it is inside me, and as I shift, life shifts with me. I feel it. I trust it. I allow it. Perfect. This is the closing anchor. Part 5 must feel like completion. Calm, certain, grounded. It should feel like the listener just finished something important. Here is your extended final part. Part 5. It has been working all along. Extended. I am not waiting anymore. I am aligning. There is a difference. Waiting feels powerless. Aligning feels intentional. Waiting feels empty. Aligning feels active even in stillness. I am not behind. I am becoming more aware, becoming more steady, becoming more prepared for what is next. Everything is already working in my favor, not because I forced it, not because I controlled every outcome, not because I struggled harder than everyone else, but because I stopped fighting the natural flow of my life. I stopped assuming every pause was a problem. I stopped interpreting every delay as rejection. I stopped believing that silence meant something was wrong. And in that release, something softened, something opened, something aligned. Today, I choose gratitude over control. Control exhausts me. Gratitude strengthens me. Today, I choose trust over overthinking. Overthinking searches for certainty. Trust creates it. Today, I choose presence over pressure. Pressure tells me I am late. Presence reminds me I am here, and being here is enough. I breathe slowly. I feel grounded in my body. I feel stable in my thoughts. I feel clear in my direction. Even if I cannot describe every detail of what is ahead, I feel ready for it. Because readiness does not come from knowing everything. It comes from trusting yourself. And I trust myself now. I trust my timing. I trust my growth. I trust the lessons I have lived through. The challenges I survived were not interruptions. They were preparation. The disappointments I endured were not punishment. They were refinement. The waiting I experienced was not emptiness. It was positioning. It was strengthening. It was stabilizing. I am no longer searching for signs that something is wrong. I am recognizing signs that things are aligning. Small confirmations. Subtle improvements. Quiet progress. I notice them now. And the more I notice, the more I see. Everything has been adjusting gently around me. Not dramatically, not loudly, but precisely, like invisible hands arranging details, like pieces of a story falling into place, like timing unfolding exactly as it needs to. I am supported, even when I cannot see the support. I am guided, even when the direction feels subtle. I am protected, even when something leaves my life. Nothing has been random. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been out of order. It has been working in my favor all along, even when I doubted it, even when I questioned it, even when I misunderstood it. And now, as this day begins, I carry that certainty with me. Not urgency, not fear, not pressure, just calm knowing something good is unfolding. Something right is positioning itself. Something aligned is approaching. I do not chase it. I allow it. I do not force it. I trust it. I do not rush it. I breathe, and I move forward gently, because it has already been working in my favor, and today will quietly prove it.